Hello, hello. Welcome to day 1345 of Connecting the Thoughts. Quote for today is be that person who listens and does not just hear people out. Be that person who listens and does not just hear people out. What does that even mean? Isn't listening the same as hearing out people? No, it isn't. When you're listening, you're engaging, you're participating, you're fully involved in the conversation. However, when you're just hearing it out, it's almost like it's something's playing in the background and you're going about with your day. And don't we often do that sometimes? Don't we? Did I just say often and sometimes? Maybe I did. That means I was listening. So, more of this on the other side of the show. You'll tag a friend who needs to receive this message. Thank you for the like. Please let me know who's watching. And if you haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel because here's where I post daily videos on the little things that make life big. Tag a friend and quickly join me on the other side of the show reel. Hello to you too, Rahil. Thank you for joining. Let me know who else is watching. I know I have a few people watching on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Facebook. So please let me know who's watching so that I can acknowledge you for your time and I can acknowledge you for listening in. Now, isn't that fascinating? Have you tuned in to just listen in? Or would you just like to hear me out? Because that's what's going to make a world of difference for you. If you listen to these conversations intently, if you listen with the intent of understanding, with the intent of taking something from it, with the intent of participating, because I am asking you, let me know who's watching and from where, yet I'm receiving no responses except for one person, Rahil. So I'm just wondering, are you really listening? Or are you just hearing me out? Hey, Aziz, thank you. Much appreciated. Hello there to you too. See, that's the power of listening. You get a response. That is how I demonstrated it when you are listening to someone. Hey, Mirza, thank you so much. See, when someone listens to what you have said, they also respond. And you have the capacity to respond to the other person too. So you feel like, yes, I did listen to somebody and someone listened back to me. And it wasn't just about, hearing it out. Sometimes when there can be opportunities in life where, you're talking, walaikum salam, Alia says, assalamu alaikum, walaikum salam. So there could be opportunities in life, says, hey, okay, I'm just going to first acknowledge everybody. So we've got Asma who says, hello, Ruqya, nice watching you. Thank you. Hamid says, hi from India. Lovely. Thank you so much, Hamid, for joining. And again, Hamid, you're watching from LinkedIn, which means I cannot engage with you directly. The best way for you to do that is through the YouTube channel, which I have already shared the post. So thank you, each and every one of you, for joining, and each and one of you for actually letting me know where you're watching and for greeting and being part of this conversation. Isn't that fascinating? That means you truly are listening. No, Hamid, you are not hearing, you are listening. The listening is one level up from hearing. When you're just hearing the person, it's just, you're just hearing a person out. It's almost there. It speaks for itself. When you're hearing a person out, that means you're hearing them to just get it over with, and you want to get out of that conversation. You're in a rush, and that's why you're hearing a person out. However, if you are that person who truly listens, that means you will pick up not just on the words the person is using, but also on the body language. You will pick up on the vibe that you are getting. Thank you, Asma. You will pick up on on the vibes that a person is giving you. You will understand if the person is excited or if the person is feeling a little low and unsure. You will understand from the pace of their voice whether they're concerned or whether they are, doubtful about something. You will understand from their voice. You will understand from their voice that are they sure about themselves? Do they need some guidance? Or are they just listening? Or are they just sharing because they feel comfortable or they feel safe in sharing with you? So let me know how many of you noticed the change in my voice's tonality as I explained this to you. I went from a very peppy voice, very peppy and excited voice of flow to going down, deeper, lower, and just sharing with you that, sometimes people speak in different tones, and you have to listen out for that change. Hamid is saying that your connection is poor on LinkedIn. Yes, my connection is poor on LinkedIn, and that is why I have requested you to please join the conversation using the YouTube platform. And the post is already shared on LinkedIn. If you check on comments, the link to my YouTube channel is already there. So I think that would be a better way for you to connect and have this conversation with me, Hamid. And I do appreciate that you are interested in speaking and engaging. So that's why I'm asking you to go to the YouTube channel and connect from there. Thank you. So, as I was saying, sometimes the tonality of a person, the way their eyes are, whether they're lit up or whether they're feeling a little, lost, you begin to notice all of these things when you listen to a person, when you engage in that conversation. And when you engage in a conversation, when you really listen to a person, that's when they feel safe to speak to you. They feel a connect with you, and they feel like, this person is listening to me. They're not in a rush to finish the conversation. They're really listening to me. They're not on their phone all the time while I'm speaking. Sometimes we do that with our kids, with our subordinates, with our parents, even, unfortunately. We do that. And then we wonder, why is my relationship not growing strong? Your relationship is not growing strong because you haven't invested in building that connection. So be that person. Be that person. As the quote says, be that person who listens and does not just hear people out. It's very easy to hear people out, but to listen, now that is a skill set that you need to evolve as a person, as a giver. And that is a skill set that can help you in all areas of life, whether it is with work, whether it is in relationships, whether it is at home, whether it is with your academics. You definitely have to be a good listener. Rahil says, yes, that's true. And I feel nowadays the world is more of selective listening. Rahil, this is very interesting because if you remember, there is a quote of mine on selective listening too. And I will put the tag up here somewhere, and going through that, I'll make it pop up so that anyone who wants to listen to that conversation can as well. So I have a quote on that as well. Lovely. Thank you for bringing that up. So do not make it selective listening. Always, when you are, and this is not a communications class, but always a tip, an extra bonus for all of you who are watching, when you are listening to someone, always make it, and if it's something super, super important to them, always make it a point to reflect it back to them. If you've been given instructions for something to do, reflect it back to them and ask them, hey, listen, this is what I heard. This is what I heard you say. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I listen correctly? Did I pick it up correctly? Is this what you were asking me to do? Always verify what you have listened and received. That way there is less of communication gap and there is more of flow and more of trust that is built in the conversation and in the relationship too. I hope this was of value to you. And if this has been of value, yes. Arvind says, Welcome, Ruqya. Many confused listening and hearing. Yes, they do. Many do. And I reminds me of this beautiful conversation that I had with I'm forgetting his name. I had this beautiful conversation, and he's called the listener, and had this beautiful conversation with him about listening. So the power of listening is what we spoke about. It was a fantabulous conversation. You definitely have to tune in. I will once again put in on the links on the side over here so that you can click the link and watch, or it might even show up as prompts when the video ends on the end card. So I am listening. In comments, if this has been of value to you, tag a friend who needs to receive this message, tag a friend who needs to listen to this message. Asma says, Ruqya, I agree with you. I love to communicate with different people all around. Body language plays an important role. Yes, it does. Body language, tonality, the way your eyes light up, the skin, the glow on the skin, everything. It is speaking to you. It's just that you need to listen carefully. Thank you, Asma. That was valuable inputs. And thank you everyone for listening. And until tomorrow, keep smiling, keep shining, stay safe. And thank you for connecting the thoughts with me. Thank you so, so much. I am listening. Thank you, Rahil. In comments if this has been of value to you. Thanks.